Kia ora, hello. I'm Travis Okeefe. I'm the CEO and co-founder of an organisation called Te Whare Hukahuka. I am part Māori and I am the CEO and co-founder of Te Whare Hukahuka. My mountain, my maunga, is called Pukihapopo. My awa, my river, is called Waimoko. And my tribe is called Ngāti Porou. Te Whare Hukahuka, that is a Māori name and it represents the house of innovation. Te Whare, the house. Hukahuka describes the froth on the waves. And for our people, the froth on the waves, you've got constant bubbles bubbling up and then they pop. And there are constantly new things popping in and bubbling. And this represents the newness or the innovative ideas. And so that's how we were gifted that name from an iwi partner who we had been working with and helped their people. And so, we're the House of Innovation. A little bit about Te Whare Hukahuka. So we're a social enterprise. We reinvest all our profits into our mission. And our mission is to improve the lives of 10 million indigenous people, which is why we're here. We've been largely working in New Zealand, a little bit in Canada. We did some keynote speaking there, and then a little bit in Hawaii. And now we're here, and we'd like to work with you and your people. A little bit about us. This is some high-level overview. We've trained about 1,258 Indigenous leaders, mostly in Māori and Te Ao Māori in New Zealand, Aotearoa. We've been around 8 years, so we're not a new organisation. We've had a lot of experience working with Māori, Pacific Islanders, First Nation Australians, Sri Lankans, Indonesians, Afro-Americans, Mayans and Guatemalans. I've travelled around the world and lived with many Indigenous nations, and what I always used to see is they were always having these struggles and challenges, and then I'd go back to New Zealand and I'd see this cultural revitalisation, a renaissance of Māori. It's cool to be Māori back home. And, I think about all the other people who are so kind to me on my travels and allowed me to live with them in their villages. And then I just think of where we were and where they were and how I could help. Anyway, so along those 8 years, that's part of my why about why I'm reaching out and have a massive vision to improve the lives of 10 million Indigenous people. Along those 8 years, we've won various awards, everything from innovation awards in our country and to social entrepreneurship awards and business awards as well. And just for this program, we have a number of different programs, but for eCommerce education scholarships, we've given away $2.52 million worth of education scholarships for eCommerce. What we do is we do 4 areas, but the area today is that I'm talking about is Indigenous e-commerce. But we do Indigenous business strategy, Indigenous governance training, like community training of trustees or directors or governors of community organisations, and then also Indigenous business coaching. But it's e-commerce. And so what is this word e-commerce? E-commerce just means it's the activity of electronically buying or selling products online over the internet. And we want to train your people to do this, because we have this program and it's really effective in our country. We're wondering, will it be effective in your country? The picture here you see on the right is our latest cohort of students. We gave away 258 scholarships to students. 256 scholarships to students, and these are some of the faces of them. And it's an Indigenous e-commerce program, so it's e-commerce for Indigenous, and we are all Indigenous. And there's a big difference with that. Why that matters, because we get it and we understand what other Indigenous people are going through, because we've been through it too. Which means the way that we train is different, the way that we support each other is different, the way we actually care, we actually give a fuck. and you'll see that in our results. And also, this program is the largest Indigenous e-commerce training program in the globe, as confirmed by Shopify, which is a large e-commerce company. It's 99% run online. It's 12 weeks part-time with Indigenous e-commerce experts from around the globe. So we have Indigenous experts from New Zealand, from Philippines, from Samoa, from Niue, from Canada, from United States of America, from Australia, all tuning in to share their knowledge to help support other Indigenous people to create an e-commerce store and sell their products and services. One big thing about our program compared to others is it's the size of the support that we have, or pastoral care. We have about 56 team members. 56 team members that help you learn about e-commerce knowledge, help you build your e-commerce store, and then help you launch it and generate your first $200, proving that our system works. So that's what the program, it's not just a knowledge program, we're actually building and launching and making money from it. The cost is $8,500 per SME or entrepreneur. So it's affordable when you compare that to an academic institution as an example. Some student achievements, there are three things that happen for them. They improve their e-commerce knowledge, learning to buy and sell online. They build an e-commerce system with the help of our team. They launch it and they earn their $200, proving that the system works. And the outcome so far, we've seen quite a range because we've got a broad range of people. We have people that have SME owners down one end, so they already own a business, so they have in place accountants, system structures, products, and so forth. But down the other end, we have those that are unemployed, but they're aspiring to be an entrepreneur. And so that's quite a broad range of starting points. So those that have no business experience at the end of the program, roughly they're generating, after launching, they're generating somewhere between $50 to $1,898. So that's pretty good when you've got no business experience. Say you're an artist, or you're a tour guide, or you're unemployed, or you're a mum at home with kids, and you've got no business experience. Those are the sort of returns that our students are getting. But if you're a business owner, like a micro business owner, like we come in and you learn about e-commerce, and it's almost like bolting on a jetpack, and your revenues massively grow. We've seen other Indigenous who come on, the results roughly in the first month is they generate $6,850 from their e-commerce, up to our top student did $28,000 or $27,980 in their first month. And the latest cohort, one of our students has made a significant amount of money, and we'll leave that for a later conversation. So Shopify, for those that don't know, it's a global e-commerce giant. It has 1.5 million shops on it. And it's kind of like a technology that you see in the back end. It's used by e-commerce entrepreneurs. And they back Indigenous around the world. And we're one of the organizations that they back. And they said this statement: Kahoa trains the largest number of Indigenous e-commerce entrepreneurs of the Indigenous hub since 2020. So we've been the leaders in the number of Indigenous that we train. And the advantage of that, having so many numbers, is that we're able to learn about how to adjust our training and our programs so that it's catered and tailored for Indigenous, the way we think, the way that we behave, the challenges that we must overcome. And so that's one of the advantages. So why we're here? Why we're here is this. We're seeking organizations to collaborate with. So that's with your organization. We want to train your people that are SME owners or aspiring entrepreneurs in e-commerce. We'll fund 50% of the education scholarship, and then we will work with you to apply for government or philanthropic funding for the remaining 50%. So what we need to do is we just need to Zoom with you if you're interested in this proposition to meet, and we can answer any more questions. If you're still interested after that, and you require it, we can come and meet you. I'm based out of our Perth office right now. We have a couple of offices, and yeah, I'd love to connect and have that first Zoom and see whether you're interested. Who's behind it? So a little bit about me. I don't want to sit here blowing my, trumpet, but I'm a CEO. I just want to show you this so that you have context, that I know what I'm talking about, and I have some experience around e-commerce. I've created a couple of 7-figure e-commerce businesses. One manufactures products in China, and we sell them in the US via Amazon. Another one which is this program, is a 7-figure e-commerce training program that Shopify has invested in. So Shopify is supporting us and gives us fantastic support for our students, and that there's no cost for 6 months for the use of their platform. I'm a founder of an e-commerce agency, and what that means, we provide services to larger indigenous e-commerce businesses. Those businesses are, generating $8 million revenue and so forth, and we help them do the e-commerce side of things. I've traveled and lived in many countries, so 56 countries around the world. I have worked from a laptop for a very long time, and I don't do the normal type of traveling. I like to go and live with the locals. So I'll seek out locals, I'll go into visit with them and live with them for like a month to 3 months, and then I'll go into another place and experience another indigenous nation. I love that part of my life, apart from COVID. As I mentioned, we've coached over 1,258 indigenous business leaders. The advantage of that is I've seen a wide range of personalities, wide range of situations and scenarios in the world. I've also donated my heartbeats into mentoring over 150 entrepreneurs. The advantage of training so many entrepreneurs is you've seen majority of the situations or scenarios that come up in business. They're common things. For example, it's either a team thing, a strategy thing, it's a financial thing, or it's a product thing. And I've seen a lot of them. There's not much I haven't seen, or there's not much I haven't made a mistake myself. And when you make a mistake, you find an answer for it. So I have that depth of understanding from their experiences. I've been involved in 15 startups. Not all of those have been successful. A lot of them have been hard lessons where I've lost, money and houses and some very hard lessons. But, a couple have worked out really well for me. And, I've been doing entrepreneurship for 30 years. And I've won various awards for achieving in business, a wide range. You can Google, to find out more about me, Google my name, which is Travis Okeefe, and there'll be a whole lot of stuff there. You can reach out to me. There's my contact details on there. Last part is, we actually have two companies, organizations. One is Whare Hukahuka, which is a social enterprise. But then I have a commercial organization, which is called Nuku. Nuku is the 7-figure company that we talked about, and it generates and creates a wide range of products. You can see some of them here under different brands. You can see we've got 6 main brands there, and it's everything from eco lifestyle products to Smoky Hollow, which has pool cue players and beer growlers and barbecue stuff and gardening stuff and pet stuff, and anyway, there's a wide range of products that we manufacture. And Nuku does some other things. So we have 3 things: our own brands, which I just spoke about there. And then the other things that we do is we do it with you. So that's where we coach SME business owners. We coach them, and we walk alongside them. And we walk alongside them to learn about how to build their e-commerce system. And Kahal, which is the e-commerce training program over in Whare Hukahuka, is an example of that. The other service that we provide is our team. We don't do this for everyone, only select clients. We do it for you. And when we do it for you, we build your system, or my team builds a system, and they launch it and they get it going and optimizing, making money for you. And we do things, we charge and we actually guarantee our work, which is quite rare. Like, we guarantee results. So, for example, if we charge $10,000, we guarantee that you'll generate $30,000 from our work. So it's a guarantee. We guarantee that that will happen. That's a little bit about us. If you need more, just Google online or reach out to me. I'm happy to have a Zoom meeting, given I'm spread across multiple different time zones. I'm at different time zones for America, for Central America, for Aotearoa, for Asia, for Australia. I'm on different time zones, so it is difficult to pin down a face-to-face with me because I'm around in many different areas. I've got a global business or businesses. But I'm really passionate about improving the lives of 10 million Indigenous people, training your people. I want to do that. My company will pay for 50% of it, and we'll work with you to find the other 50%. And then we will train your people because of our social mission, our vision to improve the lives of 10 million Indigenous people. So we welcome everyone for a Zoom meeting. Thank you. Kia ora.